of my managing director, Arvind Gupta, who was supposed to be here but had some pressing errand in New Delhi, and he sent me here in his stead. A very poor substitute, as you can see. But let me do what best I could. Firstly, I am by no means an expert on the Companies Act, although I'm aware that this new Act of 2013, in comparison to the 1956 Act, represents a paradigmatic shift, both in terms of corporate governance and in terms of shareholder protection. And I'm still trying, with the help of my friend Madhavan, to wade through it and understand it somewhat better. But I don't need to be an expert, because I've got Mr. Dhanapal, whom I've known for the last 10 years, or nearly 10 years. And when we have a doubt about any intricate question of company law, we go to Mr. Dhanapal, and we've never been disappointed. You know, in the old days, the standard work of reference on the Companies Act was Ramaya on the Companies Act 1956. And although Mr. Anand said that he was disappointed with the size of Mr. Dhanapal's book, I was quite pleased because it's not as big a door stopper as Mr. Ramaya's book. Having said that, let me share a personal experience of Ramaya and his times from my time in Ashok Leyland, more than 30 years back. You know, in those days, Mr. Ramaya, who was an authority on the Companies Act, was in the habit of buying a few shares of each listed company and then either appearing at the annual general meeting and asking awkward questions of the chairman and directors, or alternatively, if he could not attend the meeting, he'd write a very strong letter pointing out some deficiency or violation in the reporting. And he did that once in Ashok Leyland. It was something to do with our annual report, and it was to do with the notes to the accounts to which I had contributed. So the company secretary in Ashok Leyland, a very professional and competent man called Gopalan, K.N. Gopalan, who died just a couple of years back. He was a very knowledgeable company secretary. He looked after legal services and litigation, as well as property and insurance, and one of the best professional company secretaries I've known. So I went to Gopalan, and I said, what shall we do about this? And I expected a solution from Gopalan, but he scratched his head and said, wait, I know Mr. So-and-so, I forget his name. He was company secretary of a little company called Schoninger Textiles. I don't think any of you heard of that, and I don't know if the company is around still. But Gopalan had great faith in this man. Perhaps his name was Sitaraman, secretary of Schoninger, and he said, just you wait, I will send this question to Schoninger. And the next day, in due course, we received a draft reply. The reply was very simple. We did not touch it, we just sent it on. The reply simply said, no, sir, we maintain that what we've done is correct, and if you have any doubt, please refer to the commentary on page number so-and-so of Companies Act by Ramaya. And that was the only time that anybody had got the better of Ramaya. Now, the reason I'm referring to this is that, unlike Mr. Ramaya, I know Mr. Dhanapal to be more sympathetic and helpful, and if we continue to make any mistakes in our reporting or in our filings, I think he will be our mentor and our guide. And I want to wish him well, and I want to wish the book all success, and I hope it will be a standard work of reference for all of you. Thank you very much.